euro dollar for the upcoming September 3rd session. Again, the daily chart, everything's just really caught right here in the middle of this inclining channel. And if we get down here to a 4-hour chart, again, it's just a couple big candles up and down, but no real follow through, especially on that really big one to the downside. That was a bit surprising, to be honest with you. It really looked like it wanted to come back on down to this trend line. Again, we're right back up close to the backside of the trend line it broke, but still kind of in this resistance area. So this up and down tight price action, really close, all these support and resistance levels really keys into us that we need to kind of look for some things that are on the lower time frames to negotiate a trade for the upcoming sessions. So if you take a look at the 1-hour chart, you can see the MACD's at the waterline. And right now, we really don't have a commitment one way or another if this is going to trend back down or trend back up. And given the fact that we're kind of in no man's land back in here and all this previous congestion, we really need to go down even a little bit further to our charts, maybe our 30 and 15, and see what we have happening up here. So on this 30-minute chart, there's a couple things that I'm really going to watch for. Number one, I'm going to keep an eye out for a close above these highs here on the 30-minute chart if it's close to the tops, and I'm going to look for price to come back up and retest the backside of this trend line. I'm expecting price to hold when it comes up to this level, and then if we were to draw an imaginary trend line of price rising up to that level in the future, whatever that trend line is, a close below that on the 30-minute, I would be looking for price to maybe come back down again, because it would have simply have, if it stalls up here, have retested the backside of this trend line and looking to continue back on down. So a close above this high here, I'm going to be taking some profit off of this trend line because it could just, bounce right back very quickly. And I would close that long position completely when it closes across whatever trend line is out here in the future, and then reinitiate a position to the downside. Now, one thing we do want to watch intraday here is perhaps for a 1, 2, 3 top. We do want to watch for that. And so a close below, if we do not break above these highs or come up to this level up here, our third trade setup that we'd like to look for is a close below these lows right here on a 30-minute chart, and again, targeting price to continue falling because it had broken a fairly significant trend line for the previous several days. And that's about all we see setting up on the euro dollar. Again, it's really tight. I'm going to have to be really convinced, and I might even just wait for a trade and see what happens when price comes up here or a close below these levels right here. A lot like the dollar Swiss, really congested. I'd rather wait for price to come to where I'd be happy to trade, and then instead of feeling I have to jump in and out all the time. Remember, let price come to you, pick your trades carefully. And that's going to be a wrap for the euro dollar for the upcoming September 3rd session.